Hello again, this is a special news report highlighting the new 2025 range from Trix in both HO scale as well as Minitrix N scale as well. I'll be covering off the Marklin 2025 range in another video soon, and loads of manufacturers are announcing their 2025 ranges at the moment. Trix have come out strong with their offerings, along with some spicy prices too. Before I get into it, I'll just mention I'm not paid by Trix or anyone else to make this video, and I don't have any affiliate links that I'm trying to get you to click on that might affect my views on these models. So remember to shop around for the best prices. Right, let's get going, and we'll start with the N scale under the Minitrix brand. First is this, the DB-BR89 steam tank engine. This one is numbered 853 from Era 3. What an incredibly detailed model, especially for N scale, and coming DCC with sound straight from the factory. There is a compromise there with no cab interior detail, which is not surprising really, but it does have directional lighting, an incredible model for N scale and priced here in the UK around £320. Yes, a lot of cash for something so small, but this must be among the best N scale steam locomotives in the world, I think. It's a great start to the range, but the steam doesn't end there, as we also have the same tank engine model but in DR guise as number 621. This one is minus the sound, but otherwise has the same features. Interestingly, this does have cab details, so I assume the last one just had the speaker filling the cab area, and this one doesn't. Cheaper too, at around £250. It's still a lot of money, but it is a great little model, this one. We're on to diesels now, and the first is this BR218 diesel locomotive in the NESA livery and number 1170. This is from Era 6, and yes, this model has been out before, but comes in this new orange livery here. Also DCC sound fitted from factory and priced at around £275. Next is this very highly decorated Rail Systems BR291 diesel locomotive from Era 6. It's an ambitious colour scheme to apply to an N-scale model loco, and I'm not sure if Trix has really pulled it off convincingly here, but this model does look like a good moulding and does have directional lights, and also comes as DCC sound fitted. Price here is around £300. There's certainly lots of these BR232 diesels to choose from, and here's another variant of the classic maroon, cream and grey livery from Era 5. This time number 3574, it too features DCC sound and directional lights. Price here is around £255, but yeah, there's a lot of different Ludmilla liveries to choose from, and I'm not sure we need yet another one here. On to electric locos already, and first is this impressive DRB E93 electric loco in green, number 05 from Era 2. Amazing detail on this loco, which has bags of character. Only downside I thought was the tops of the pantographs, which look a bit beefy, but otherwise great, and DCC sound too. Price here is around £350. Next is this smart looking BLS RE420 electric loco from Era 6. Really looks classy in this livery and has all the same refinements including DCC sound, which seems to be a theme for all Minitrix releases this year. Price on this is around £290. The DBAG is represented here by the boxy BR155 electric loco. This one has the number 2322 and represents an Era 6 machine. DCC sound again and usual directional lights. This one does have some nice electrical gear represented on the roof there, along with some very nice pantographs too. Price on this one is around £390, so quite pricey compared to the BLS one we just saw. Next is the French SNCF Classic CC 6500 class electric locomotive in the iconic red and orange electric bolt style livery. This one features the Aquitaine name board on the front and numbered 6530. A great looking model, and this one again with DCC sound is priced at around £260. Another similar looking locomotive, but this time the smaller 1600 class. It's the RRF electric loco number 4402 from Era 6. It's a very bright and interesting colour scheme, and this model is priced around £250. And finally for the electric locos, it's the classic DB BR110 electric loco, and this one in the blue and black, number 3183 from Era 4. Again, as the rest, it's DCC sound with directional lights and fitted here with red pantographs. Priced around £280. And one bi-mode loco too in the form of the classic red of the DBAG. It's the BR249 bi-mode loco number 002 from Era 6. The DCC sound on this will have an interesting sound profile for sure. Only one pantograph on this loco, but does have some nice buffer beam details. Price here is around £290. We've got a range of new coaches too, starting with this, the DR commuter coach set from Era 3. 3 of the same coaches but with different running numbers. although Trix only supplied us with the same 442 running number images. Anyway, this coach pack comes in at around £110. Moving to Era 5 now, and we have this great looking CD Type Y/B second class express coach. A fantastic livery here, even if this is just a rendering of the model. I'll keep you updated when we get a view of the actual model of this coach, but for now this is being offered at a price of around £50. Now there's a whole raft of Era 6 coaches coming out, and we start with DBAG and these RE7 coaches, so-called the Murg Valley Recreation Express coach set from Era 6. Nice looking coaches these with some interesting features and priced at around £100 a pack. Next, to perhaps match the BLS logo we already looked at, is this 4-pack of coaches from the Golden Pass Line Express. This includes the driving coach, shown here at the bottom in this image, a first class, a first and second class and a second class coach in the pack, and all this has a price around £300. And for an additional £120 you can add to your BLS train with this additional 2-coach pack. It features a first and second class coach with different running numbers on them to complete your train. Now we have a whole bunch of SVG coaches, starting with the type BDUU 497.2 second class commuter coach at around £55. There's a type DM bicycle transporter coach, around £65, and a type BNR DZ451 second class coach at around £50. A type BNR Z451 second class coach, that's without the cycle storage area in this one, and it's around £50 too. And finally the control coach, another second class coach which has directional lights in it too. This is priced at around £100. So a complete set would be around £320, not including the logo. Some wagons too, of course, the first being this DB Type GMM40 box wagon under the My Hobby range, so a little budget range of Minitrix items. This is priced at just £20. Now this is a fun wagon, it's the Smiley World 2025 wagon with this colourful livery on a refrigerated van. Not really my cup of tea, but it's been offered for £40. Inno Freight seem to be getting a few models made of their stuff, and this here is the GATX Rail Austria Type SGNSS container wagon with 3 containers fitted. This has a lot of logos on it, that's for sure. Price here is around £50. And also £50 is this evergreen container upon a type SGNSS wagon again, this time in the RRL livery. Or you can also opt for the same wagon in the SBB cargo livery, but without a load, so you can add your own or run it unloaded. Price here is around £35, and I bet you this wagon will come out with some loads on it as well in the future. The good old type OOTU 6778 side discharge hopper wagons are here again, this time in DR Brown livery specification from Era 4. This is also around £35. This is a neat looking wagon, it's the DBAG Type ZA tank wagon, this one in KVG livery from Era 5. It's only small and comes in at under £30 too. So this is the last wagon, and it's another Era 1 beer wagon. There's certainly been a lot of these different types produced, and here's another coming in at around £38. Finally from Minitrix we have this 6-pack of Co-op swap body refrigerated containers with landing legs. Ideal for yards, they have very bright designs and come in at around £50 a set. There's some wagons coming with these Co-op containers fitted soon too, so I'll keep you updated on them when I get some info. So a great selection there for N-scale modelers, but now we move on to Trix's core range, the HO scale items new for 2025. And it's Steam first, it's the mighty BR01. This one from the DRG around 1936 with the T34 tender. This is a special edition for the anniversary of 100 years of the standard steam locomotive Series 01. And this is a model mostly made of metal, much like all the new releases from Trix and Marklin. It also features the Wagner smoke deflectors and a smoke box with central locking. This one has number 184 and the model comes with Railcom capable DCC MFX digital decoder with extensive operating and sound functions. Directional lights, firebox flickering glow and sound as standard. Quite pricey mind you, coming in at around $475 for this one. A great looking model though. And if you thought that was pricey, sit down for this one. It's another special edition, this time for the anniversary 175 years of the opening of the Geislinger Steege. Again, I've probably pronounced that incorrectly. It's the DB-BR59 steam locomotive from Era 3, this one number 032. It has all the features of the BR01, but this one can also be fitted with a smoke generator and also comes fitted with a stay alive. The price? Wow, it's around £500 for this. It's a nice looking loco, that's for sure, but wow, a hefty price tag. Moving to Era 4 now, it's the DB-BR051 steam freight locomotive, this one number 3416. It's got the Vita smoke deflectors, 4 boiler superstructures, the shortened running gear, and features DB reflex glass lamps and induction lamps on both sides, and of course the brakeman's tender too. Usual digital lighting and sound features, and mostly metal construction too. This one is slightly less at around £450. Back to Era 3 now for this, the BR01 Express steam locomotive from the DR. This one is number 504 and certainly looks really cool. I love the box pock wheels and the streamlining parts added to this, and the paint scheme is great too. Again, with the same kind of refinements we've already spoken about, this model comes in at £475. So some pricey steam locos there, but we're moving on to diesel now. You gotta raise a smile at this cute looking thing. It's the CFV3V CVT34 diesel railcar from Era 5. Lovely looking thing this. It's been offered here in its museum livery and comes with features like control panel lighting, directional lights, interior lighting, a stay alive and sound too. A wonderful little model and priced around £330. You could also opt for it in the DB VT88.9 specification from Era 3, which I think looks better, and I especially like the luggage rack on the roof, which offers some nice little additional pieces to add some more character. The price is the same here as the last one. Models of the BR211 have been around for a while, and there's lots of options to choose from, but this year Trix is offering this version in the blue and cream as DB number 1409 in Era 3 specification, so from around 1981. Now with driver's cab lighting too, it has the same specification as normal with MFX digital decoder, directional lights and sound. Price here around £280. Another popular loco is the BR218 diesel loco, and here we're being offered it in DB red as number 4644. This represents the loco in Era 5 specification around 1999, and this model obviously comes factory weathered. It's also another metal body and metal chassis Trix model, which is common now, and it's digital with MFX and Railcom capability. Digital features include cab lighting, engine room lighting, directional marker lights, and it also has sound. You can see it is fitted with snow ploughs at both ends and the distinctive roof design with a large fan. Price here is around £300. Another much loved model is the V60 shunter, and here it's been presented in maroon of the DB from around 1960. This is a completely newly tooled model and features digitally operating couplings, as well as the rest of the features common across Trix models this year. A lovely little shunting locomotive and priced around £350. Another factory weather model now is the Euro Cargo Rail Class 77 locomotive in the silver finish. This has the same features as the rest of the core models we've seen, but also comes with control panel illumination and also a smoke generator. The price has crept up though, this time coming in at around £420. And we have yet another Ludmilla model variant being offered here in the form of the BR132 version of the DR from around 1990. This one's unique party trick is it has a 3-stage smoke generator on it, so you can simulate its Greta-hating emissions in model form too. Price for all this fun is around £300. I don't normally cover American locos on this channel, but we do have this new ES44AC from Trix. It's in the Norfolk Southern livery as number 8101, and it's another loco with a raft of lighting and sound features, as well as being mostly a metal construction. It's coming in at around £430. Next, it's this very handy model of the DBAG BR650 RS1 Regio Shuttle diesel railcar from Era 6. A single carriage railcar, it's ideal for running passenger services on a smaller layout. Really great livery on this one. It's also new tooling and features directional lights, interior lighting and sound. Price is around £200, which I think is actually quite a good price for this one. It's also coming in the Southwestern German State Transport livery too. It's much brighter with this yellow and off-white colour, and it's priced at the same amount. And also you can opt for this as an RH840 variant in the CD livery too, and again the same price. Right, let's get into electric locos now, and we'll start with the oldest, the Era 3 BLS AE 6/8. This again is new tooling and all metal with Railcom capability DCC MFX decoder. It has driver's cab, control panel and engine room lighting, and features sound too. It also has a stay alive and a motor with a flywheel, some lovely interior details moulded on this loco, and overall it really looks like it has a lot going for it. It's another expensive one though, at around £500 for this. Of course there's an RE 4/4 Type 2 being offered again this year. Always seems to be at least one. This is a special edition version for the anniversary of 50 years of Swiss Express and is an all-new construction including the newly designed pantograph. It's got loads of lighting options and of course sound too, and the orange and grey livery from around 1975 is sure to be an eye-catcher. Price of this is around £350. Also from Era 4 is the boxy looking NS Class 1100 electric locomotive in this blue colour from the 1970s. This Dutch Railways loco model again is a complete new tooling and is a special edition for the anniversary of 75 years of the 1100 series electric locomotive. It's a very cute looking loco and priced the same at around £350. Still in Era 4 but looking really old fashioned compared to the last two, this loco is the DB BR193. And here in the green with number 0080, it represents the loco in Era 4 specification. This is also a special edition, this time for the anniversary of 175 years of the opening of the Gieslingssteg. Probably pronounced that wrong again. Anyway, there's a lot of anniversaries this year, that's for sure. It's a mostly metal construction with the usual range of lighting and sound options. This one is priced around $420. Now moving to Era 5, we have the SBB Cargo AE610 electric loco in the striking red and blue livery. This one is number 5191, representing the machine from around 2005 and has all the usual refinements I've spoken about already. This one isn't an anniversary model though. Price for this big loco is around £400. Into Era 6 now, and we have the Polish PKP Cargo Class 370 loco number 058. There's lots of livery options with this loco and it's made by different model manufacturers too, but this one from Trix does boast the metal body plus it has all the digital features as normal. It's priced around £390. This DBAG BR151 electric loco is a very refined model, and here as number 0353 it represents the loco in Era 6 specification. It has newly designed single arm pantographs which can be operated over DCC and has all the usual lighting and sound features as well as that metal body and chassis. Priced at around £400, it's a great model. Again, a loco with a lot of options available, and this BR186 is being offered this year by Trix in the DBAG red colour scheme from around 2019. This is a newly tooled model again with all metal body and chassis, as well as newly designed pantograph options. Again, the usual digital functions, and the price here at around £380. And if you're not a fan of the red version, or want something more distinctive, then this Railpool version with the HSL We Connect Europe livery might appeal instead. Aside from the colour scheme, it's exactly the same model and the same price. I think I'd opt for this version personally. But there is a third one too in the form of the Euro Cargo livery one. Matches well with the Class 77 we saw earlier. This one looks quite businesslike. Again, the same specification and the same price. And you would have probably guessed it'd be a bi-mode model too, to match the N-scale one we saw earlier. And indeed, there is, with this DB Cargo Siemens Vectron BR249. This has an interesting sound file, as well as digitally controlled pantographs, digitally controlled couplings, and the usual raft of lighting options as well. Price here at around £420. And the models keep on coming as we move on to coaches, and this year we're being offered a range starting with this Deutsche Bundesbahn Type ABYLB411. It's a first and second class coach in the blue and cream from Era 4. This has current carrying couplers and interior lighting as well as end marker lights. The lights can be controlled by the decoder in the control car, which will be coming up in a moment. This coach is significant because it has the doors in the middle, which is quite distinctive of this variant. Price here is around £85. And no prizes for guessing there'd be a second class coach version too. This one is the type BYLB421 and it has the same features as the last one and the same price. And here is the control coach I mentioned. It's the type BDYLF457, quite a mouthful. It's a second class coach with baggage compartment. With this one you also get lighting in the control cab area and it has a DCC chip fitted to enable the lights across the whole train. Price here is around £150. Another coach pack, this time 3 coaches here from the DR, so-called Halberstadt coaches, and you get 2 coaches in dark green and 1 coach in chrome oxide green. These have interior lighting with stay alives and they also share current amongst one another through the couplings. This is new tooling of these centre entrance carriages too, and this pack comes in around £260. There's also an additional single second class type BMH coach in the basic dark green colour too, which has the same features as the coaches in the triple pack. On its own, this one is priced around £85. Stepping back to Era 2, we have another 3-coach pack in the form of the DRG FD226 Berlin to Cologne coach set. So here you get a baggage and mail car type PW Post 4U28 and 2 type AB 4U28 first stroke second class coaches with different running numbers. So this is released as an anniversary model for the 100 years of the standard steam locomotive Series 01, so would work perfectly with the BR01 we saw earlier. Same lighting features as the other coaches, this pack comes in around £280. And to match in with the RE 4/4 we saw earlier, here is the SBB Swiss Express 50th Anniversary coach set. In this pack we have one Type AD semi-baggage car with first class, one Type WR dining car that has the pantograph on it, and 2 Type B open plan cars, second class. These also have the same kind of lighting features, plus the dining car has illuminated table lamps, priced here at around £350. And you can also add an additional 2-coach pack to complete your train with this. It features one open plan carriage Type A, first class, and one open plan carriage Type B, second class. Same features and a price of around £170. And also as part of the anniversary models, this twin pack of service cars, or Sputniks as they were called, is also being offered. All new tooling here, this twin pack is priced around £85. And that leads us neatly onto wagons, although there's not that many really. We start with this, a 6-pack of German tank wagons, all in Era 3 liveries. These have slight variations to the models based on the originals over previously released versions of this tank wagon, and here with some livery variations, and in the case of the black ones, just lettering variations really. All in, this is around £250 a pack. Next, it's a 2-wagon set of these Type LAADS 800B flat wagons. You can barely see them in the photo here, but these are all new tooling and mostly made of metal. These are around £70 a twin pack. And the same wagons, but this time in Era 6 livery, fitted with VW Crafter vans as a load. This bumps the price up to around £110. Another multi-pack is this set of DBAG Type FALNS 182 side discharge wagons in brown, Era 6 specification. Different running numbers and slight variations between the wagons, and fitted with real coal loads. The price for this 6-pack is around £240. And for modern image intermodal modelers, we have this CFL Luxembourg pair of Type SDGG MR-SS pocket wagons fitted with 2 curtain tarpaulin semi-trailers of the Mars Forwarding Company. Again, largely metal construction of the wagons, and this set priced at around £130. So that was Trix's 2025 announcement, but I am sure there'll be more to come along through the year. Plus, I'm working on the Mammoth Marklin 2025 release video for you at the moment, so don't forget to subscribe to keep yourself up to date with model railway news. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one.